What's poppin', everybody? It's a guy named Fly here, and welcome to the ATBA Week 3 review. I am joined by Bud.
Yo.
And hey, you already know what we do with this. We're gonna go ahead and get into things. First match of the week. Put my notes over. wRenn versus Matt. Because I can't read my own handwriting. wRenn versus Matt. The Kansas City Spirits versus the Austrian Arkanins. It was a solid match. I think, first and foremost, out of everything, I think despite what the numbers say this week, I feel like everyone's match was a good match. It feels one-sided by looking at the numbers, but watching the battles, it wasn't. So, just
I see what you're saying. There's like one battle I personally disagree with, but we'll get to that later.
So yeah, man, wRenn in this Bisharp.
Yeah.
Public enemy number one for wRenn for sure. Bisharp was paralyzed, and even then, he decided he was going to put up a nasty fight. He did massive damage to wRenn's team, poked holes into a lot of Pokemon, and I think that really did help Matt secure a win.
Yeah, it literally just set everything up. Everything was set for Matt in that match, basically off of the Bisharp to me. So
yeah, I mean,
a clear MVP. wRenn did well to fight back and try to make something out of it, but yeah, the damage was done to the Bisharp.
It's nothing like playing the sucker punch game, you know. Because honestly, that was his like best shot to get rid of it, and it's like, well, there's that 50-50. Let's find out. But that ended in a I don't really have too much to say on the match. It was a good match. Like I said, all matches this week felt like they were they were all good to watch. No one got just completely dusted. So I don't have too much to say. I feel like there might have been a low roll on that Blood Moon got versus the Great Tusk.
The Great Tusk. It lived on literal one.
Yeah, I feel like that might have been the low roll. I don't have counts. I don't have team spreads, so I couldn't really tell you. But just knowing that the damage that the damage that Blood Moon can output, it just kind of feels like it's a low roll. But I could be wrong. But that one's 4-0 in Matt's favor. Next on the list, there we go. I know English. Was Bud versus Aster. Y'all had a solid match.
Look. See, this is where I said I disagree with the thing.
I knew this was
over in prep, bro. Like, look, I tried a little. You know
okay, so but this is what I'm saying though. Like, it might have, like, even though it felt like an uphill battle, you played that well. You handled the battle well, because it could have been over, immediately.
Yeah.
You did what you did to lower that differential.
Like, in my mind, I'm like, all right, at first I was thinking, all right, maybe I should have just click EP Earth Power with Glimmora one of those times, and maybe I just pick up the kill on finish off Iron Treads and stuff. Like, this is what I was thinking right after the match was over. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, if I just click that, get Iron Treads out of there earlier, it's one thing. Then I was thinking, maybe I shouldn't have brought Toxic Spikes, because I brought Toxic Spikes thinking, all right, once I take a physical move on this thing, on Glimmora, I'm gonna be dead. And 9 times out of 10, that point for me in this matchup isn't a good spot for my Toxic Spikes to go up. So I would like to get those up earlier and make it a little bit tougher on the Ogerpon switching in. So that's why I initially brought Toxic Spikes. But I'm like, if I would have brought Rocks, then I could break sash on, or I could break the multi-scale on Dragonite,
Yeah.
and then that way when this whole thing plays out and it's my Scarf Goldango picking up the KO.
You might have, I think you might have actually taken out the KO.
There's a chance that maybe Dragonite can't just set up on me there.
Yeah.
But it's just like,
because it was a 3
that's why I say,
hit.
like, it was just kind of lost in prep because it was essentially, and then I watched Aster's side, and it was literally, if anything is like, that's what they said. Like, basically, it was just, might as well say, if any of these bitches is Scarf, Dragonite comes in, and that's what happened. Scarf, like, literally, as soon as I EP'd.
That's for verbatim, bar for bar, word for word.
Iron Treads,
Glamora with
the literal next thing they said is this. He said, "Oh, so this is Dragonite.
So Dragonite wins. Got you. That's that bar for bar is what Asterisk said. Oh, so that's like, Stark. D-Knight wins. It's such like, crazy setup to know, bro.
And it's like they played it to where it was literally just like, I kind of want you to kill, like. Not like when I look at this, like I want you to kill something with this thing, and I was purposely like not trying to kill stuff because I'm like I was mostly thinking like, all right, if I EP and then you go into Wellspring, I could just lose there because then it's just like now this Earth power is not going to do nothing, and if I swap out and use Swords Dance, then like you just clap a lot of things, and like I think it's just, I was just like, bro, this
match feels like Aster found your playbook, and then you were told.
I guess this is what you felt last week.
Yeah. It's like
that's what it was.
Aster found your playbook, and then you were told right before the battle. That's what it feels like.
It was rough. It was rough. Only thing I'm proud of was that me and Wrenn had talked about, because I was like, for the most part, I told Wrenn, like, for the most part against Aster's team, Rotom doesn't have a great matchup, and Wrenn said he does, and I was like, all I can do is literally click, like T-Wave. Or I was like, I can like T-Wave or it's Willow, but like I'm gonna take hits from Lottie. And I was like, T-Wave, like he was saying, like Lottie isn't a swap for Rotom, and then like literally the first 3 turns is
Lottie and Rotom.
Aster bringing in Lottie on Rotom, because it's like he was like, and me and Wrenn had talked about like Iron Treads versus Rotom being a 50-50. Does he stay in for the overheat? You know what I'm saying? Or like, does he want to base it if I'm Scarf? Or, like
I love that I'm not insane about that. Having the same thought process, because you with me, you led with Rotom Heat, and the first thing I said was, "Is this thing Scarfed?" And Aster,
and then Aster comes in and says the same thing. They're like,
first time
this thing is Scarfed.
Is this thing Scarfed?
They're thinking like, I could have just Stone Edge and clean this thing off the board.
I could have just Hydro Pump. I could have just.
So y'all thought the same thing.
Yeah, you just play better.
Both times, like it's literally just
never Scarf.
I think the one against you was even it was just a bulky set. Like,
oh man, it's just funny. The T-Wave Hex combo was nice though. I will say that it was nice.
Yeah, I'm just glad that I was able to get that and then like not take a ton of damage necessarily. Yeah. Like I was hoping that there was a chance that like I pick up the KO with the Hex, but also like I don't know. I just didn't, because then like that's kind of like after that it just went downhill, because it's like, all right, the next turn I had the Volt Switch, so then Aster gets a free swap to counter what I bring out on the field, which is the Glamora, which is then what happens with, I have to reveal Scarf here, because it's just like I really don't have another necessarily free play. If I swap off a Glamora and they click Volt Switch, they give switch initiative, and then it's just like at that point, really nothing else wants to take anything from Ogerpon. So it's just like the team is just good. The team is just good. I hate it. Aster.
Yep. Aster's cooking once again, bro. Aster's cooking once again. 4-0 in Aster's favor. Next on the list, I believe, is the Blackthorn Kingdras versus the.
Fryslan Furrets.
Yep. I almost said Hawluchas.
Doing triples.
It's fine. I'm not gonna hold you. This was a blur to me.
It felt like a blur for me watching.
It was a blur, bro. It was a blur. It was a good match. It was a fun match, from what I can remember. Because I didn't rewatch it. I didn't want to rewatch me getting clapped.
You didn't want to feel the pain again.
Yeah, once is enough. Thank you very much. But from what I remember, like my biggest notes, my biggest takeaways was I should have brought Pheasantipity. I called like during prep. I remember during prep, I was like, honestly, the only thing that really scares me is Lilligant. And I'm looking at my team and I'm like, there's no way he brings Lilligant. I have Bundle. I have access to Slush Rush, man. I have Pheasantipity. I have, if I get Iron Moth up and running, then Iron Moth is up and running. There's no way that they're gonna bring Lilligant. And then we hit that team preview and Lilligant is there, and that was really what scared me. It was one of those like, he's not bringing that, but that is his win con, and sure enough, it was there. And I'm just upset that I didn't bring Pheasantipity, because I would have been able to eat the close combats. I would have been able to eat the leaf blades, and I just opted out for it when I should have probably opted out for Moth. I don't know how well that would have, lowered the score, or if I would have won. I am hype about my para. I'm hype about my crit, because I know what was coming. The mirror coat from dang, what's that thing called? The spider.
Arachnid.
The mirror coat was coming. I knew it was coming. And then sure enough, they messaged me and said that para saved it because it was coming. I had crit frost, crit freeze dry, and it lived with like
full para.
Yeah, full para. It lived with like 20%. So I know I was getting one tap there, but luckily we did get the para and I needed it. We did end up DCing, and it kind of sucks because we never know what's going to happen in the world of Pokemon. But at best, I make it a 1-0 at the end of the day. We just decided that because I was gonna click Blizzard because I'm here for content, and
yeah, I think you already clicked it, and then
I was like, all right, well, but I went for the Blizzard. If the Blizzard lands, it kills Torn, which is the best bet for me. At that point, yeah. But at the end of the day, Comfort just comes in and hits Giga Drain, and I die. So, but I mean, I had fun. I played the best I could with what I brought to the match this week. But triple is triple, and picked up a dub on me. So I believe that was a 2-0 in his favor.
Yes, 2-0 in.
Cool. Next on the list is Lupin versus Shu. Lupin in the Spikemuth Thieves versus Shu in the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. Lupin put up a better fight than I thought he would during this matchup. I shout out to him for clicking Focus Blast turn 1. Could never be me. Could never be me. It was a really close match.
That move is just
Focus Blast, yeah.
Yes.
The one time you banked, we didn't mention this in your battle, but the one time you banked on missing Focus Blast.
Oh yeah, and then I hit it.
You landed it.
I hit it. It's just so stupid. Like that. Why is this happening to me?
Oh,
why do I want to? Like, I'm like, all right, I'm playing the percentages. If I click this button every match, I'm missing it every match. And then the one time I'm like, all right, well, I'm just gonna miss it. You know what I'm saying? Let me go blunder policy, get the schmoving, and I can't.
Yeah,
I can't. I can't.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
I forgot all. I have blocked that part of my thing. But you know what? I'm also kind of glad that it was still like, because I think what happened, it was still like Terra Fairy Umbreon and stuff like that. So it's just like, all right, I get like it doesn't. I wouldn't have been able, and it roared me, and it
Yeah,
roared
you
me.
wouldn't
So
have
it's just
cooked like you thought you were going to, but
yeah,
it's just funny.
you know what I'm saying? But it's just like, all right,
But
like just ruin it all, you know.
back to Lupin and Shu. The unfortunate for Lupin and crazy is still paying off for Shu. The Giga Drain Muck.
Oh yeah,
It's just something you don't expect to see Muck running, and he's running it, and it's working for him. You know.
Yeah.
Muck was
in general, Muck and Wo Chien just controlled this whole match.
Yeah.
They just controlled the
I was gonna say Shu's win con this game was definitely just chip damage. It was just a lot of chip damage for
just
for
whittle
Lupin to deal
everything
with.
down as slow as possible between Muck, Wo Chien, and Ting Lu, and then just let Greninja go crazy. And and it worked this week. It worked really, really well. Muck and Wo Chien just were not able to be broken through like that.
And that even with that being said, I think there was a possibility that Lupin could have still ended up with a win. I can't remember exactly, but I can't remember if the Greninja got paralyzed. I don't know. At one point there was a Scarf Guardian on the field who was trying to take on the world, and they almost did it because I believe there was 2 pairs back to back on the Muck. I want to say,
I think so.
Is it the Muck or the Wo Chien? Either way, Lupin was doing his thing, which is hacking people. Okay, that's what the takeaway is. He was hacking people, and if he just got like maybe an ounce more of luck, he might have stolen a win from Shu. But Shu, as they both like to joke, Shu got his revenge this season. You got to take out that
the amount of time I know she was just waiting to see
that what dumb belly bolt.
Yeah, it's like if this shit is just Terabug for me, like, which like also like it could have been, you know, like
I believe I don't want to.
That might have been a time.
Don't quote me. But I believe Lupin forgot to change his terrors. Don't quote me though. I feel like he told me that, but it's also been about a week and a half since he said that. So
fair enough.
Next on the list is Rog versus Quinn. Once again, Muck hit the field. Both Mucks were out to play this week. That sticky hold, Rocky Helmet, Muck definitely slowed things down for sure. But I mean, Rog felt like he had a lot of control this game. And it was just Quinn fighting an uphill battle. And even though Quinn was fighting it very well, that Quavel got going.
Yeah, it got the shaking its tail feather.
The Quavel got going.
Once the swords dance hit, and
Serena was there.
Oh yeah, and I mean, to be honest, nothing at that point. Nothing was. I'm trying to think like what was going to take the hit.
Nothing.
Serena was like literally the best thing to potentially take a hit there.
Yeah.
And once it couldn't take it, that was it. That was
it. Would have had to been like a fully defensive, full HP Muck at the time. I think might have taken one, but after that. after that,
it was a wrap.
Yeah, you get that swords dance, get that aqua step. Well, he went to work. Man, it's just
let's get this. Got the stepping
for real.
Stepping on.
Ended up in a 5-0, which like it kind of counteracts what I said, but like that.
It's weird because it's like,
didn't hit the field.
It doesn't feel like a 5-0.
Quavel didn't hit the field till like the very end. So, you know, it's weird. It's like there was a lot of switches in and out. There was a lot of like little poke damage here, and it was a lot of looking for that one opening. And for
both teams,
for both teams,
it was just a lot of potential. Hey, if I can get this in this good spot, I could sweep from here or something. And both teams were posturing for that. And Rog got his off first.
Rog just got his first.
Punished Quincy, and the rest is history.
Next on the list is Wrast in the LA Pyro Balls versus Rio in the Jalisco Hawluchas. And
This one.
this is a match. This is a match for sure.
Look, Wrast to be able to pull this off, like the micromanagement.
Oh my goodness.
The sun. I mean, of the sun.
Yeah.
2 times in the end. With first when Rio brought in Torkoal, sacking it off to get into walking wake, and then sacking off the Powdon to get rid of that time, and then Rio bringing in Venusaur and setting up the sunny day, and Wrast
still
all that stuff,
still stalling out the sun to
like Alomomola living on like 20 or something, like 20 something HP.
I think for the swap to regenerator
to get the swap to what's it like, and if it
Kilowattrel. Oh man, it was a good match, guys. If you
it was so good.
I personally think if you don't watch all the matches,
it's hard to even be like everything just can't like if Wrast makes one wrong swap.
Oh, it's a wrap. It's gone. It's over.
One wrong move, it's over. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
This was the definition of like a like down to the wire. Like literally, like how do you preserve your win condition? Like this is how you preserve your win condition.
Yeah.
How do you counteract their win condition? This is how you like it was. Things had to. Doctor Strange in Infinity War, where he's like, "There's 10 million possibilities, but only one we win in." Wrast found that one that
Wrast could not make a single mistake this game. There was if one slip up, one miss, and Wake goes to work. Even in this timeline, so to speak, Wake still went to work. I think Wake picked up 3 kills by itself. So I mean.
It was just a great battle. What we say can't express like the tension of that battle, and like
I will say I love G Weezing this game. Weezing was putting in some work early on, coming out with that Misty to terrain to like stop potential spores, weaken some of these dragon types that Rio has grabbed. I mean, he got a nasty pain split off on a full health G fire from like 2% on the Weezing, so he brought himself up to half almost. I think. I mean, Weezing was in there just being a problem.
Weezing opened the door. Hawlucha put his foot in, and then Dragapult, brought out its futon, you know what I'm saying?
Made himself home. Made himself at home. Yeah.
Hawlucha's probably a little bit more clutch than we think, because like that was the damage that led to like Dragapult being able to be like, all right, I can click Dragon Pulse and just clean up here. Actually, that's what it was, because I think Hawlucha was the one who got rid of Brute Bonnet.
Yeah, the Terra Fairy Brute Bonnet.
Yeah, Terra Fairy Brute Bonnet. So that's what led to being able to like, all right, I can just click Dragon Pulse. And because if the Brute Bond is still there, you can't click Dragon Pulse, which means that
you're stuck.
Gouging Fire doesn't get clapped the way it does.
You're stuck clicking Flamethrower, and both Wake and G Fire are gonna laugh at that. So
it's just like Hawlucha, like I said, Hawlucha put his foot in the door and said, "All right, don't let my homie come in. I got a +1." And Dragapult came in and raided the refrigerator.
For real, made himself put his feet on the couch and everything.
Rick James did, you know what I'm saying? It was crazy.
But that was a 1-0 victory in Wrast's favor.
Pyroballs.
Last match of the week, we have Rising versus Zev, the Universal Umbreons versus the Alto Mare Slush Rush.
It almost feels wrong to like go from that Wrast Rio match to a Zev match in general.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But to be fair, this is probably the closest where Zev's gonna get to a win all season.
Zev battled his heart out. I'm so proud of him, because at the end of the day, I don't mind if you win. I don't mind if you lose. It's just, you know, effort. Play the game, have fun, you know. And Zev actually put in some effort this week, and he almost walked away with the dub.
Yeah, and we're talking. We're talking if he's. I think Zev had like 10% HP or something like that, or 11, or it was like 10 to 12% HP, and Wheezing gets
A
a poison
poison.
off on it, which meant that like it's just gonna guarantee KO
Yeah,
with that poison tick.
yeah.
But like if he just doesn't
If he
get
doesn't get the
poisoned, he
poison, he
wins.
wins. Yeah. If he doesn't get poison,
Yeah.
Zev walks away with the dub. So that poison definitely came in clutch for Rising. Zev learned the most important lesson this season, and we've said it several times at this point. Chiyu hurts.
Yeah.
Bar for bars, Zev said, Chiyu does a lot. Quote,
That thing just
Chiyu does
felt
a lot.
like it's so
He
stupid.
swapped in
I
Entei
just
to
think
resist. He swapped in Entei to resist something, and it still did like 70%. It's like, oh my goodness. Chiyu hurts,
like
man.
just to man, and I face this next week.
Have fun.
It's just stupid.
Have fun.
And then think about this. They had a physical version of this with Chin Pao. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah.
like, and it was faster.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
With Sacred
What
Sword.
were they cooking?
With Sacred Sword, so who cares about an iron defense?
Yeah. Who cares about your defense ups? You know what I'm saying? Nobody care about that. Like,
Oh, did you bulk up? Anyway.
absolutely crazy.
But yeah, man. It was a good match despite, all their DCs. I think we only had 2 matches with DCs this week, which is huge. But that being said, the other match had like 3 DCs. Zev Rising had like 3 DCs, I think.
Zev Rising.
Um,
No, 2 DCs, and then I think they swapped because.
Oh, you're right.
Maybe,
You're right.
or maybe it wasn't.
No, you're right.
Because on the
You're
third playthrough, Zev got Para on his
Yeah.
Entei. So, and that didn't happen in the first 2 playthroughs. So,
But yeah, man, I'm just happy Zev actually decided he was going to show that, his many years of battling, and his time in the ATBA, he finally decided he was going to express it, and that's all I'm glad about. Because like, bro,
he's not going to get 5-0'd every match. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of the nice thing.
But Rising came in and he did what he had to do, and luckily for Rising got away with that nice little cheeky poison, and it secured him the win. It was a good match to watch, despite having to, make its way over to showdown. Zev's doing stuff with the legendaries, and Rising is forcing it out on Zev, like Rising forced Zev to play well,
He tried some stuff with Primarina and stuff. It was
that
we'll see if he can string this.
If it translates to the rest of the season. Yeah. We'll see what happens. But that is all the matches for the week. That ended in a 1-0.
2-0.
2-0. Yeah. Ended in a 2-0.
In favor of Rising.
Set of the week. We usually give a creative, fun, wacky set one, and then we give like the most efficient, Mon one, whoever did the most work or got the most kills or whatever the case may be. And I think
Look, all right, for most efficient, I mean, there's probably really only like 2 answers. It's either this Dragon Knight that stomped all over my team, or it's the.
I think it has to go to Quaquaval.
Oh, the Quaquaval. Oh my god, there's 3 options. But yeah, it's probably Quaquaval.
It's probably Quaquaval. Because like once he got that one move, it was just kill.
Yeah, that was the most efficient, probably. Yeah, you're right. I was just speaking out of pain.
No, I understand. Understandable, man. Understandable. Hey, at the end of the day, that's a D Knight,
Look, man,
it don't matter what generation we're in. That's a D Knight.
Double dragons. I got one. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. I just couldn't get the other. Couldn't get the other.
For like most creative or uniqueness, or our low tier king, so to speak. Actually, I don't know if he's low tier or not, but I think it might go to G Weezing.
It's like middle, I believe. I think it's in silver tier.
Oh, I was
You
thinking
didn't
Showdown.
go crazy.
Um,
Oh,
yeah.
I just be thinking about like how we place
No,
things.
yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
Showdown
That's
is gonna
fair.
be
That's
all
fair.
over the place
That's
too.
fair. Um,
Yeah, actually Wheezing is 20, so it's like literally right in the
mid,
middle
straight mid. Cool.
of
Um, yeah, I think it might go to G Weezing. Just being
I
able
don't
to
even got a input here. I'll take that. I'll take that because
just the Misty Terrain to slow down the dragons, the pain
yeah.
split, you know, putting a huge chunk into G Fire. You know, just the way he was being annoying on the field. I mean, I'm a fan. What was he, eject pack earlier too, or something like that?
I think so.
Um,
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that's probably the best one because I don't remember nothing else really stood out to me.
yeah,
At
nothing
least
really stood out, or you know, didn't get the chance to stand out
to
because like
stand out. Yeah.
Miracle, you know, Araquanid got hacks to death. You know, I don't think anyone did anything too wacky this week, which is fine. It's not like we're not looking for, you know, if you're who's the wackiest.
My bulk up
get your
blunder
dub
policy.
Oh yeah, see, yeah, because I didn't get a chance to. Yeah,
anything,
exactly,
you know
exactly. Yeah. Nah.
The blunder policy bulk up acrobatics. I was trying to do stuff. You know what I'm saying?
He's trying to cook. He's trying to cook.
I was trying to do stuff.
Um,
Just didn't get to do it.
Trades this week.
Yes. So transactions that happened that will be active for week 4 is I made some swaps. Speaking of that Tornadus, it's gone. Tornadus is out of here. You know what I'm saying? Tornadus, Urshifu, Florges, and something else. I'm drawing a blank. What did I have on my team here? What am I thinking? Whatever. A fourth thing gone. I now have Keldeo, Hisuian Braviary, Rabombi, and Ogerpon Cornerstone. I don't even remember the fourth mine. It's
Oh, Bud's joined the Ogerpon gang.
I'm part of the Ogerpon.
There are currently 3 Ogerpons in rotation right now.
Yeah. All the mask carrying ones are in rotation now. And then wRenn and his Kansas City Spirits also swapped out some stuff with Metagross, Iron Thorns, Altaria, and Flamigo being swapped out of there for Zapdos, Registeel, Cramorant, Hariyama. And yeah, that's it.
I think that's all for week 4.
That's all of it. Yeah, there wasn't any extra transactions there. That's all the stuff that'll be active for week 4 battles. So yeah, I'm happy to have Ogerpon. Urshifu, me personally, I just couldn't get it working.
I can't even be upset about the Ogerpon, the Urshifu's trade, because you swapped it with Keldeo, you know?
Yeah, and that was my thing.
They provide the same
I
typing.
can get something. Yeah, I'm losing a physical attacker there, but I'm still picking up a physical attacker with Ogerpon.
And like the variety, the like Urshifu is pretty much set in stone. Like you're gonna come in, you're either gonna click Aqua Jet, the Surging Strikes U-turn, or you know some like fighting
along
move,
those lines,
or you know something like that, some fighting move, some.
And it's just like
Thunder,
I have to
Ice
do
Punch.
so
Like,
much of like hoping that I'm outspeed stuff.
Yeah, where Keldeo can do a little bit. You know, you might be able to set up on Keldeo a couple of Calm Minds or whatever the case may be.
Which is why initially, like, I had planned to pick up Rabombi in general because I was like, all right, like, even if I don't set up webs, like, I'm giving this threat of setting up webs. So, like, people are either going to, like, super speed stuff anyway.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to be free of that. They're going to bring, like, Scarfers or stuff like that to
force
counteract the webs.
You're
They're going to bring a bunch of removal. You know what I'm saying? Or they're going to have to bring a bunch of removal, which, like, in general, I have all the hazards. You know what I'm saying? I have Glamora, so I have all the hazards. You know, and then
you got Hazard King.
Webs that have. So yeah, so it's just like if I can get people to click removal buttons, and then I got Goldango, who's yeah, hey, I don't care about what move you're trying to, most moves that you're trying to click to remove stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just gonna come in. I'm a spin block. I can't remember if defog works against Goldango because of good as gold, and technically you're
Ooh,
lowering my evasiveness.
we
So
might
I,
have
I
to
don't
test
think
that.
I can't remember if that works that way, but like I just know like I'm not the easiest team to get rid of the
Yeah,
hazards against
yeah,
anyway. So it's just like I might as well just play into that. But then once I started seeing like, okay, well, I could probably pick up Rabambi and I mean not Rabambi, Ogre Pond too. And if I'm gonna get rid of Urshifu, Keldio's right there, same typing, just different, attack stat. You know what I'm saying? Like I could probably make this work. So yeah, I
nice.
think it was just a worth it change. And then it just gave me better speed tiers. Ogapon 110, Keldeo 108, Rabambi, 126, I think. So like it just made me super fast. I lose a lot of recovery because I dropped Florges, but we'll try to figure out. Maybe we'll go a lot more offensive here and there.
Got you.
And then Braviary is just a cool Pokemon. I ain't
Yeah,
gonna
I like
lie.
Burberry.
Hisuian, that shiny, just
Oh, it's
beautiful.
top 10 shiny for
Top
me.
tier shiny.
Yeah.
Top tier shiny.
Uh, next is standings. All right. I don't know if we currently don't have the standings
Like I
for
could do
week.
the maths for it, but
I'll when I get it, I'll get the thing and I'll edit it. So I'll fix it in post. So we don't have the current standings right now, but the current standings are here.
yeah,
Wow,
you
look at
see it.
those. Look at those current
Crazy.
standings. Ooh, wow.
Look at Asterisk on this
Whoa.
place.
Oh my god. Wow, the Blackthorn Kingdras dropped. Oh my god.
Well,
Um,
that's expected.
wow. Um, and the kill leaders are here.
Yeah.
Whoa, look at
Wow.
those kills. Oh my god.
So strong. Like
Whoa.
wow.
Cool. And this schedule for week 4. These are our week 4 matchups.
Week 4 matchups are the Kansas City Spirits versus the Chicago Sky Attack, the Dallas Slitherwing versus the Universal Umbreon, the Austrian Arkanis versus the Tampa Bay Dyvel Rays, the Blackthorn Kingdras versus the Jalisco Hawluchas, the Fargo Force versus the Spikemuth Thieves, the LA Pyro Ball versus the Fryslan Furrets, and the Virtual Battlers versus the Alto Mare Slush.
All
That
right.
concludes the week 4 matchups.
Guys, in the comment section, let us know your favorite team, favorite match this week, favorite mom this week, and what team you're rooting for, and tell us why it's now the Dallas Silverwings, because it can't be the Blackthorn Kingdras the way they throwing.
Hey, look. It might not be me either. The way I got clapped by. Hey, look, just tell us why you love Aster and the Virtual Battlers. You know what I'm saying? At this
valid.
point,
You
you know what I'm saying. Tell me why you love Double Dragon like it's an NES game. You know what I'm saying?
valid.
Tell us.
That's it for the week. Hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you guys next week. We're gone.
Peace. Man, I just